live on YouTube, and we will go ahead and get started.
Greetings, everybody. Come on into the room. Welcome to Being Theo. I'm your host, Arnold Penix, aka A. Gregory Harris, also aka the Big Black Man. Today, we're talking about a powerful black man, and his name was Malcolm Jamal Warner. I had the opportunity to be at NBC during the time of this monumental show called The Cosby Show in 1984 when I first came in from North Carolina A&T State University as a comedy writer for Jesse Jackson, who was running for president at the time. And it was a very surreal feeling and moment being in Studio 8H at 30 Rockefeller Plaza and seeing the new cast of Bill's new show, The Cosby Show. A little Keisha running around, and Denise, and Tempest Bledsoe, and of course Felicia and Bill running around the studio, and of course Malcolm Jamal Warner as a young 16, 17-year-old teenager. And it's kind of surreal for me to be here, to be able to observe all of that was going on. And the one thing I had to tell you as an intern writer, and at the Cosby Show, I was able to go into the director's booth with Jay Sandridge and study sitcom writing and producing at a young age. I was in my early 20s at the time, and so as a spook to sit by the sitcom door, I am bona fide and qualified because I used to sit on Thursdays. They always taped on Thursdays in Brooklyn. And I would sit with my little notepad like this and be writing notes, and Bill Cosby would come over and look over my shoulder. He said, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" I said, "I'm studying you, Mr. Cosby." He said, "Why are you studying me?" "Because I want to be a producer one day and have my own television show and produce shows for our people." Well, look at me now. Wow, it's amazing. Working here at the BAF Solutions Network and programming, the whole daytime programming here from 11 to 2, right here at the BAF Solutions Network. We just don't talk about it, we about it. And the story I had to tell you about the spook that sat by the sitcom door was I was the spook that sat by Camille Cosby. And if I was trying to sit beside Bill's wife, I would have never made it. But suddenly, I tell you the story. They were taping, and I was, got in the studio, and the audience comes in, and I'm sitting there all excited, a young neophyte. And Bill's like, "What are you doing sitting beside my wife?" And I looked around. I said, "Who is he talking to?" I saw everybody's like, "Ha ha ha ha." And the joke was on me because I looked right beside. I turned. I went, and she smiled with a wonderful smile, Camille Cosby. And she just looked at me and she said, "Hi." I said, "Oh my God. Man, if I tried to sit by Camille Cosby, it would have never happened, VAF members. It would have never happened." But of course, me being the young professional, just got out of theater program at A&T State, I decided there'd never be better than the star. So I just sat there and played the stooge. So I was not only the spook that sat by the sitcom door, but I was the stooge that sat by the sitcom door. And I let Bill tell all his jokes, and people laughed, and I was the butt of the joke, but I was honored to be the butt of Dr. Cosby's jokes, okay? So it was a great learning experience for me to be able to watch his style of comedy. But there was a difference. When Malcolm left the Cosby Show, he started in another show called Malcolm and Eddie. Two different styles of comedy. VAF members, two different styles of comedy. So there was some tension on the set, but it was great because opposites do attract, and opposites do bring something interesting to the entertainment realm. So we're gonna watch a clip from Malcolm and Eddie just to see the polarity between the two actors. Eddie Griffin is born as a Cancerian, born July 15th. It's 15th, yes, I think so. July 15th. He's a 6. 1 and 5 is 6. And then, of course, Malcolm Jamal Warner was born August 18th. 1 and 8 is 9. So it's 6 and 9. So we got to watch this clip and see how the chemistry worked between those two. Obviously, it was great. And so let's roll them.
Where you going?
I got a job.
Like I don't.
Oh, Eddie, look at that. You put a dent in my door.
That ain't a dent, that's a ding.
No, a ding is what you get on a game show for answering the question right. That is a dent.
Breaker 19, we got a 2-car front and rear southbound on 35W.
Him ain't there. Sing down there, do there, do there. Who go down there, do there, do there. 45.
Is somebody supposed to understand what you just said?
Nah, supposed to confuse him. That way I can get to the scene first.
Brother, you're not getting out the driveway first with that piece of nostalgia.
Hey, don't go talking about bronchula. She might be old, but she like wine. She get better with time. Catch you on the rebound, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, girl. Worked on you all day. Today I'm tired of breaking down this cabinet.
Now that's a dent.
Hey, hold up, baby. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
Use 100%
All right. That was Malcolm and Eddie.
30 sticks.
And as you see the two different styles of comedy, you see the laid-back style that Malcolm Jamal Warner delivered, and then of course the physical comedy that Eddie Griffin was known for with his whole physical way of doing things. And Bill was known for physical comedy as well, but Malcolm had a different, smoother style. So he played literally the straight man to Malcolm's comedy buffoonery, okay? And that's how it happened. So, but like I said, Malcolm Jamal Warner was multifaceted and multi-talented, and he was a poet. And this is a Slam Poet Showcase here at the BAF Solutions Network, and we want to showcase our members and their talents. But our poet laureate is on the Zoom, and he is Quaylen Bobbitt. Q, Slam Poet Q, welcome to the BAF Solutions Network, being Theo. Yeah, snap, everybody. So Q, how you doing, man?
I am awesome. I had a smoothie today, I'm able to see my family members. I'm feeling good.
You're feeling good. Well, like I said, you are definitely a gifted, talented poet. So, what do you have for us today? We have two up the top, and then we're gonna bring you back later on in the program. But definitely set us off with someone with your first piece.
Absolutely. And this first piece is called Cloud Nine.
Cloud nine. Oh, that sounds like old school. Go on.
So I'm a black man with long hair. I can't rap. I can't ball.
Mm,
Can't sell weed because if I had the tree, the stress in me would have smoked it all.
mm,
But people keep saying they're proud of me, and I'm grateful. It's true. But those uplifting words will put you on cloud nine. Now you're up there with no parachute. And they're prepared to shoot you down. But I promise y'all I stand tall. Because my brothers on the shoulder put the city on the other, put the world on my back so I can't fall. Because if I do, then they free fall too. And when they hurt, now the blame's on you. Now I'm in bed, should have been asleep, but instead all the stress is in my head and I'm worrying. Because who's gonna help a black man with long hair that can't rap and can't ball, can't sell weed because if I had the tree, the stress in me would have smoked it all.
mm.
But people keep saying they're proud of me, and one day I'm gonna find out why. And on that day, I could proudly say, yo, I made it back to Cloud Nine. This time with a parachute if they're prepared to shoot, and a jetpack. Here's why. One of those uplifting words that put me on Cloud Nine said my limit is past the sky. Cloud Nine.
Cloud nine. Snap, snap, snap. Now this is very interesting. Very interesting. So what? I know that you were not a drug dealer because you could. But so how did you stay on cloud nine?
Man, so like at first it was just living in the illusion of, oh yeah, I'm doing good. People are telling me I'm doing good. Life is good. Everything is going along the plan. And then once you get hit with some hardships,
Mm,
and you get squeezed, that's when you really see, what's inside of this person. Like you don't get orange juice till you squeeze that orange. And so at a time in my life, I was really pressed and squeezed. It was gonna see like, well, what am I made about? And that
mm.
time for me, when I wrote this poem, it was the day before graduation, May 2018. And that was the year that I was supposed to graduate from Morehouse, was May 2018. That was the class I came in with. I thought I was going to graduate. And in my head, I was graduating and then I was going to be going off into law school. I was applying into different jobs that required your bachelor's degree because I was like, oh, they pay more. Absolutely. And
Mm-hmm.
then the week of senior week, that's like that week leading up to graduation day, tried to turn in my final late for one of my classes. She wasn't
Okay.
having it. It was like I tried to turn it in that next morning. She was like, "No, you're gonna get a zero because I'm not gonna accept it late." And
Oh
she failed me.
no.
She failed me. And 3 days before graduation, I'm finding out I'm not gonna graduate. I was doing everything in my power to try to walk and do everything because I'm already having a graduation party. Family members are coming in town, and
Oh
she did
my.
not pass me, and I had to retake her class in spring of 2019. And so, mind you, my house is the house that everybody's always coming to for like the pregame, for the post game, to kick it and everything like that. And so, like the night before graduation, everybody's over at the house, they're having fun. They go out to the last party. I stay inside and I'm up that whole night before graduation and I just couldn't do anything but cry and write. And that's what I ended up writing was Cloud Nine.
Wow, Quaylen. Wow. That's amazing story.
But God works in mysterious ways. Class of 2019, when I graduated, that was the class that Robert F. Smith, that billionaire, paid off all the student loans. So it
Mm-hmm.
was like, there's definitely a higher power. And at that time, when it would have been great to know that bit of information, I would have been
Oh, that's
asked.
right. You're from Morehouse.
Mhm,
And he paid off all the student loans at Morehouse. I remember
mhm.
that.
Yeah, yeah. It was like
Wow.
$35 million or something like that.
Yeah, and you were a recipient of that.
I was. But at that time, I didn't know that was
Wow.
happening.
What was
Like I
his name
said,
again, the millionaire?
Robert F. Smith.
Mr.
Well,
Smith,
yeah,
thank
yeah,
you
he's a
so much
billionaire. He's an
for
incredible
supporting
man.
all of our future black leaders and our men at Morehouse.
Absolutely,
Definitely.
absolutely. So that was Cloud Nine and a little bit about that backstory. I wrote that at a really dark time in my life. I was like, this is gonna be the only thing that's gonna help me get it through it. I only had myself and then my partner at that time, or who wasn't my partner at that time, but she was a friend of mine. Those were the only people that I had to talk to was the pen, the pad, and her. So
And that's what poetry does. It heals. Your next piece, what's
yes.
that called?
So this next piece is called "Love of My Life," which ironically I wrote about that friend that I was with at that time, who ended up becoming my girlfriend. So
Oh, okay.
this
Love
is
of my
called "Love
life.
of My Life." I think I met the love of my life. I don't know. I haven't fully lived yet. I know I love her. I know she forever gives me feels I will never forget. And I know a lifetime is something you can never reset, and being too young to settle down is something that I would hate to regret. She can love me till infinity, and I still don't want the time to go to waste. She's my sunlight that just cracked through the sky on a cloudy day. So she's the first black to ever crack. And I want those hands around my waist.
Mm.
And I want to lay my head in her lap. And I want her to know I've got her back. She's got curls and curves, but more brains than anything. She's not materialistic, but still deserves a wedding ring. I'm too young to settle down, but losing her's unsettling. I've been celibate just to chill with her and occasionally hear her sing.
Mm.
I love you, Lauren Hill, but I'm not only about that thing. I stay reminiscing about our past and what the future will bring. She's already a queen, encouraging me to stay on my grind so I could be her king. And right now, I'm just a prince trying to impress this empress. And when I'm at my worst, she brings out my best. She's my other half. She turns my suck to success. I don't cry often. And the last two times, they've actually been tears of joy. The first was in May. She saw me on graduation day. The other time was tonight. It all started with me switching to purple ink. I think since I'm writing about you, seeing your favorite color on the page will help us get more in sync. It worked. Alone in my room, yet thoughts of you crowded the space. You flooded my mind, filled my room, and eventually the tears overflowed into my face. I smiled as a tear rolled down my cheek and continued smiling as two more took its place. Now it's 4 a.m., and the only sounds are my sniffles and our playlist in the background. She's forever giving me feelings I will never forget. I think I found the love of my life.
All right, well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about the love of your life. This is something that's major in a man and a woman's life, and the love of your life. That's a major statement.
Yeah.
So what brought you to the place that you felt that she was that?
Man, honestly, just sitting and reflecting back because when I'm in the moment and we were together and when we first met and things of that nature, I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking, oh, cool, this is a cool friend that I met on the promenade at 3 o'clock in the morning at the food truck. We're cool, we're kicking it. At that time, she was like, she's celibate. And I'm like, that's not a lifestyle I want to live. So we just gonna be friends. So it caught me completely off guard when I realized, yo, I actually have feelings for this person. And not
Mm.
just feelings for this person. I'm saying, I love you. What is this? And then it would just went from there to being like, you're really on my mind a lot. And I don't think at this time we were talking, but I was like, yo, how do people know when they found the love of their life? Like I'm in my early 20s at this time.
Mm.
Like my life, that's a long time to live. Like, but I don't want to be like, no, I'm not gonna be with the person I'm supposed to be with forever because I'm young and I want to go like travel the world and explore and do all these things and then miss out on that opportunity to really find love when I know that I love this person. So just having that battle in my head, and just thinking like, am I making the right decision if I stay with her? Am I making the right decision if I leave? What does that look like? And then just from there, just all the thoughts and memories that we used to have just all came together. Like I actually switched to purple ink on the page
Wow.
when I was writing this back then. And
So
yeah,
that's an
next thing you know.
original script there.
hmm
Oh wow.
Like I actually switched to purple ink and I actually cried that night when I was writing it.
And you
Yeah.
still have the manuscript.
hmm
Wow.
It says I
It's
wrote
such
this
a such a
August
healing thing. It's
23rd.
such it's such
Yeah,
a healing thing for people to write and
I swear.
journal and put their thoughts down on paper. BAF members, if you just tuned in, you're watching the Being Theo, the BAF Solutions Network. I'm your host Arnold Penix, aka the spook that's set by the sitcom door, and we're here with Slamport Q and his analysis, talk back about his poem "Love of My Life." Any more about that poem, Q?
Mm, you know,
Oh, that's it.
that's
Love.
all I have for that one right now. Yeah, man.
Okay.
Just think about the
Well,
loves of your life, man. I actually want to ask that question to you, like, with the love of your life, do you feel as if when you were younger, you were too young to settle down with anybody, or like, what does that look like for you from your perspective? What does love look
love it happens when unexpectedly. You can't predict when it's going to happen. Some people fall in love, meet someone early in their life. Some people meet someone later in their life. But one thing you do know is what you want your life to be. And love is a feeling, is an emotion. But basically, you need to make sure that you are secure with who you are, and you found your purpose in life, and that way you can share your purpose with the love of your life. So some people haven't found their purpose, so they delve into the love that they think they're in love with someone. They probably are, but then they don't pursue their purpose, and then what happens? The love is an emotion, so sometimes it fizzles out, but your purpose always stays. So I say to people, find your purpose, and find the love in yourself, and find the true love will appear to help you move through this journey called life. And that's how you sustain the love of your life. Okay, we're going to bring you back to you, but right now we're in the studio, and we're in studio with KS, the VAF Solutions Network poet, and he's going to be hitting us with some of his stuff right here, some of his slam poetry. Let's turn it around to KS is in the building. Look at him, so cool. He a Leo, y'all, so he's born on the 24th, right, of July, and that's a 6, and that's romance. So that's romance. So he's gonna take us there. So what you got for us, KS?
I ain't got no love poem, but I do got something. It's an excerpt. It's this book I'm writing, and I kind of put my poems in this book, and then I talked, and then I put my poem.
Okay.
So
it's kind of like a journaling thing, and then expression.
Yeah.
Oral interpretation, everybody. It's called oral interp. You gonna stand up? You gonna use the mic? What you gonna do? Or you gonna sit there?
Because I think that's gonna be a little more nerve-wracking.
Nerve-wracking for you. So let's be comfortable.
I'm gonna sit right here.
Okay, great.
And
the name of the poem is?
It really doesn't have a name because it's like I say, it's a part of this book.
Okay, so what's the name of the book? Untitled? Untitled. Let's call it that.
Yeah.
And go with it.
We'll call it that. For do I persuade men or God, or do I seek to please men? For if I yet please men, I should not be the servant of Christ. That's Galatians 1:10. We should live to please God instead of trying to live up to other people's visions of ourselves. For if we truly desire to be happy, we must be willing to not allow what others think or do to govern how we act or feel. In this phase of my life, I am driven. I have a positive attitude about life. I know what I want, and I am going at it at full force. I am ready for what obstacles lie ahead because I know that I will conquer them all. What's inside is a new beast. A change inside is what I see. A new peace, that hidden potential, that secret peace, a gift from above that only God can see. You too, if you can just see, really see, take a step back and see all the things that life has come to be. It's still time for that potential to be. It's still time for that release. When you finally break free and see that the world around you is blocking you, the world you create in your mind, it's like something didn't want you to be great. Nevertheless, life had a way of bringing things back around into retrospect. You see, it's not just about your perspective. You have been deceived. The deceiver thought he could get you to hold on to everything that was familiar. That familiarity makes you want to stay there as things of life become dimmer. That light that shines, he wants for dinner. That sinner, that deceiver, that devil wants your light for dinner, to sift you like wheat, to drain the winner. That deceiving devil, just declare you are a winner and never dinner. Your greatest potential has yet to be delivered. Stand up and boldly declare, I am a winner.
Snap, 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 snap. Now this what happened, VAF members, is that he used his thoughts and to express himself, and poetry is one aspect of it, but also it was an expression of journaling and writing down his thoughts. And so, what you said, what you were feeling. Is there anything else you'd like to add to what you put down on paper?
Back to the top. I'm driven right now.
You're driven.
I'm getting way much older. I still look young. Still young. People say I'm young. But I feel like
yes, you're young.
I feel like
but you're maturing.
I'm getting up to an age where I need to have things mapped out, like playing games in the streets, running around, trying to be the cool kid. I really need to figure out how to establish myself. That's the only way I could really be happy. Like trying to fit in, I don't care.
Find who you are.
I don't even care no more.
Just do what you do.
I'm in school for HVAC right now.
In school for what now?
HVAC, heating and air conditioning.
Heating and air conditioning. That's a great trade.
Yeah,
Wow.
so that's my goal. One day I'll be a business owner with that. Mm-hmm. But as far as now, just focusing on schooling. Everything else, I do have fun, but I'm mainly a homebody type person.
What you're basically doing, what men should do at your age, focus on your purpose and on your skill set, and build and build and build who you are, and then you'll be ready for a relationship or something that comes your way. But first, you have to build yourself.
That's true.
And then, but we had it backwards growing up. You know, basically, as teenagers, we were always getting numbers and everything, and think she cute, and da-da-da-da, come get with this, come get with this. But now, when you get into your 20s and your 30s, you're like, you realize that that's not a priority for most men. It is for a woman like in her, what's his name? The guy, Kevin Samuels would say, you know, from your late teens to mid 20s, that's your prime. You have options, ladies, and a guy at that age does not have any options. And girls are not looking for a guy like that. They're looking for a man who is going to be able to provide security and take care of them. So that's why it's kind of like unfair. It's unfair that you can't date someone the same age and grow together. But that is possible as well, because my parents, my mother was 16, my dad was 19. They got married, you know, and had a little Arnold and a Stanley Jr. and a Stinette and all of that, and they were happy, and they lived a wonderful life. But that's very rare and nowadays, because you have social media and all those things that are going on. And so sit right there. Anything else you want to say before we go move on forward?
Good, just good to be here.
It's good to be here, and you look great.
Thank you.
All right, so let's Soundboy Q to give up again, and what you got 2 more, and then we're gonna check out Malcolm and his work.
Yeah, awesome. I just want to say really quickly though, like my brother, he's also born on July 24th, so I thought that was cool.
Oh,
And
wow.
yesterday in the Black Man Lab, and today we were talking about careers and trades. So when you said that you were in HVAC, I said yes, more people in the trade. So congratulations. And
That's why
appreciate it.
if you want to say a little bit more about the trade thing, that ties into what he was doing, finding the trade. That was the Black Man Lab last night, right?
yeah, that's what we were talking about last night, and it was really cool
wow.
because it was like AI is taking over everything, but people were like, I don't know
Not HVAC.
no AI that's going to do
Not
HVAC.
HVAC.
I don't know no electrician. I don't
Ain't no
know
AI do HVAC, electrician, plumbing. That stuff ain't
facts.
going nowhere.
Facts. I don't know no AI that's going to cut my hair. Like, so it's like, give it a moment. I got this dump truck going to pass by, so I know it's kind of loud. Give me a moment. And then I go into my next 2 pieces.
Okay. Well, you know, the AI situation is a major thing. I saw Tupac and Michael Jackson doing some ads.
Oh yeah.
That
It
scared
real,
me to
don't
death.
It
So
looks
what is
so
that?
real.
And even Tupac said, "I'm AI. I'm AI. I'm not real."
Boom. All right. So,
Okay. Are you ready? Soundboy
yes, sir.
Set us up with your first one.
Absolutely. So these 2 pieces are actually going to be on an upcoming album I'm working on. One is a poem.
Album. Okay.
One is a poem, and then the other one is actually a verse that I'm excited to turn into a spoken word piece for this time. That'll be my first time practicing that. But this
Okay.
first piece is called QB1.
QB1.
I'ma hold on to my past like receivers in an end zone. My culture is more than cash. There's common sense and kinfolk. My pocket's still thicker, it seems, straight busting out the seams, chasing my dreams above average by any means. In the meantime, between time, I'm a rhyme like I'm in my prime, I am number 1. 2:15, I can't afford no tree. They only serving by the 3-5. Can't believe I got a long drive on my way to heaven at 7-Eleven. I got took too many L's, changed my name to Ellen. Living, learning, losing, loving, lucked up, leading, leaving, legacies in Lithonia, lyrics like liquor, let it linger on your lips. Look, whether you dark or light, I'm going to deliver, and you getting lit like receivers in an end zone. Not just no likes on no cell phone, like a receiver in an end zone. Hold up, how you copy a rhythm but don't copy the blues? On no flow too cold, gotta cop some new shoes. Ghosting them all, they still calling you boo, but when you give them a call, they say, oh, you ain't boo boo. Drop more than a blues clue. Get Mulan, they call me Mushu. I spit fire, like hold on Friday Night Lights. Take a mic, I take a hike, receivers lit, running back, all right. I repeat, three-peat, do it in my sleep, call it preheat. Still cook a beat, believe I'll turn that D to a TD easily, especially if Quaylen is QB. I got a special team, please kick it to me. Like, look, give me a mountain, Mike, either way I'm going up. Set hut, hike, stop me, yeah, right. I throw the seam route, break fast, hungry for my first meal, break fast, time to see who running it and who is breathless, impeccable for my word, we ain't talking reckless. Why you talking out the side of your neck like coming out a necklace, bruh? Yeah, it's coming back around like it's coming back in style. Wanna come around, hometown touchdown. We hit the ground, we do morning running game, you know, we can take it long, wind up in the end zone when the thrones are home, lights down low, still get lit. Yeah, team don't play, team don't quit.
Woo! Slam Poet! Cleo was in the building on Zoom Zoom, and all we want to do is zoom on the Zoom.
Hey, I appreciate
Oh
that. I
man, that
appreciate
was fantastic. How did you come up with this with the football motif? We getting ready to head up to North Carolina to the homecoming football
Hey, the
game,
homecoming
and that's
season.
what's big thing
Okay.
happening in the Greensboro, North Carolina this weekend. And so football is on my mind. So how
Hey,
did
that's
you
awesome.
come up with this one?
So this one came about because the album I'm working on, my initials are QB, Quaylen Bobbitt. So I was like, hey, it's my first album, you know. It'll make it seem like, you know, it's a rookie quarterback's first year in the league. So like a lot of the titles and a lot of the
Quarterbacks, yeah, QB.
yeah. So it's like, okay, cool. Well, let me see. So it's like there's football references in there. That's my favorite sport. But I mean, I don't want to have it where it's like too high level for people who don't watch sports or nothing like that. Where they be like, I'm not interested or I don't get it. But at the same time, if you watch sports, you be like, oh, cool, you know, they get some of the references, seam routes, and all those things for people that's really more in depth into football. So it's something that both people, if you enjoy sports or not, you can still listen to it and enjoy it. And that one is called QB1 because I'm like, let me just
QB
spit
one.
some bars because like they need to know why I'm starting. So
Okay, well, you touchdown, touchdown, touchdown.
absolutely. Give me like 10
Okay,
seconds to
your
start this
next
passing
piece.
one last time.
Your next piece. What you got coming in? You said this the next one is not a poem, right?
Yes, sir. I got one more. Have
Yeah.
some love to our service workers. Appreciate them.
Okay, that's all right. Q.
So
Slam
this
Boy
last
Q. What's the name of it?
inner me is the enemy.
Enemy is the enemy.
Enemy is the enemy. Interesting.
Is the
Is
enemy?
the enemy, right?
Mm-hmm.
The
Oh,
enemy is the enemy.
oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's hit this one. That's okay, because sometimes we can be fighting ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Own worst critic and everything. I'm talented, but am I coachable? Yeah, I'm approachable and sociable, but am I present? What about emotional intelligence and cultural relevance? Is it there? I'm talking to everybody. Does anybody care? Am I empathetic, apathetic, magnetic, pathetic? Patiently waiting. Am I procrastinating? Slow your roll. You know your goal. Going for the gold never gets old, and I ain't sold my soul. No, got affirmations. I got what? Knowledge itself, determination. Now I pop out on the promenade with proper preparation, hollering up the hill to campus, singing miseducation. Get to Morehouse, bumping college dropout by Kanye, but I'ma do it my way. I'm feeling K Dot. Good kid, cold world. Wanna be a hot spot and wanna be covert. Girl, no more Mr. Nice Guy. Let's get feisty. No hesitation, high key. Codest to do it. I see. Gucci, icy. Gucci, pricey. I'm priceless. None like me. Some my younger brothers, we do it like no others. That's word to my cousin, auntie, uncle, and my mother. Move over mediocre, you're in my way. Got a bag to chase and I got lives to change. I'm in the chop shop, turn it to a drop top. Got a top spot and you ain't get no headshot. I got a head start cause your boy is headstrong. Even if my life is short, my legacy gonna live longer than any of us. I do it for my tree community. I do it for us. Promise if I'm preaching to the choir, then I apple to my chorus. If I be a better me, the better I'll be for all of us. So yeah. And that's the one that's the verse, and I wanted to turn it into a
Oh
poem. So
wow! Oh
getting that thing.
wow! Oh snap! Snap! Snaps up! Snaps up! Snaps up! You are doing your thing, Slam Q, our poet laureate for the Being Theo. All you New Yorkers and all you entertainment moguls out there who's going to be watching this, and I know Bill, how you doing, Mr. Cosby? How you doing, Felicia? How you doing, Miss Pam, and everybody? Yeah, I'm down here in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm down here, y'all, and I'm paying tribute to Malcolm, and that's the best way I could do it. And who knew after all those years at the Cosby Show and watching the beginnings of that, who knew that I would be here today doing that? And slam poet Q. Talk more about how you came to do this piece.
Yeah, so this piece, it came because a couple of different things, man. Always just having that internal battle in my head where it's like, yo, am I doing too much? Am I not doing enough? You know, and like I said earlier, with just really being more emotionally intelligent and becoming aware of it, I'm like, yo, now in conversations, it's hard for me to be like, yo, well, it's not hard for me, but I realized that I was struggling with being present. Like, yeah, you know, I could talk to everybody, I'm sociable and all of that good stuff, but it's like, am I present? Am I really here? Like, I got
Mm-hmm.
11 different tabs open in my mind right now. What's really going on? And like, am I being empathetic? Am I being apathetic? Am I being a procrastinator right now? You know, oh man. And like all these negative things would be coming into my head. But then at the same time, later on in my verses, when I'm like, no, you know, that's when I start saying my affirmations, because those are the things that really saved me. Was like, if you're doing a bunch of negative self-talking or negative input coming in, you're just gonna get negative coming out. So it's like, no, do your affirmations. And like now I'm saying my affirmations, and now those are the things that's coming out in that positivity side of it, where it's like, hey, you know, you can do all these things. You can do all you want to do. You know, you got knowledge yourself. Like you can do all these great things. I'm doing it for more than just me. I'm doing it for my whole family. The only people that's on my level are my brothers, because we cut from the same cloth, and they're great too. So it kind of came about that way. And then I just also wanted to show homage to, or homage. I wanted to show respect to the artists.
Homage is right.
I wanted to show respect to some of the artists and stuff that I listened to growing up. So whether it be like Lauryn Hill, Dead Prez, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Kanye, those are some of the people that I listened to, just also just hearing some of the things and messages and stuff that they put in their music. So I wanted to show some love to some of those artists as well throughout and be like, hey, you know, yes, you could think these things in your head, negative or positive. Both of them are happening at the same time. So that's why that inner me is the enemy came in, because it's like the only one that's gonna stop me is me. And am I gonna be the one who does that or not? That's completely up to you. So
Well,
that's how that.
I tell you, you are definitely. This is a perfect opportunity, and a lot of times you don't get a chance to hear the backstory and to analyze how a poet comes up with their work. And this is a perfect opportunity, because most of the time you go to these slam poet competitions and events, and people speak and they do their thing, and then it causes you to think. So one thing here on Being Theo, Malcolm Jamal Warner was definitely known for having cryptic messages in his poetry and getting political statements out to the people through his work. And you do the same thing, Q. So you're representing very well here on Being Theo, the Malcolm Jamal Warner tribute. Now we're going to take some time right now to see Malcolm Jamal in action right here on the BAF Solutions Network. And when we come back, we're going to have Julian Gordon, King Julian, talk about it, who happens to be the soulmate to Malcolm Jamal Warner, who was born August 18th. And Julian happens to me being a numerologist and number person, the number runner, as Reverend Sharpton would call me. I just happened to be in alignment with someone who could kind of break down what we're doing about Malcolm and what Malcolm probably was feeling at the time. So, and this poem was given by the founder of the BAF Solutions Network, or BAF Black Achievement Fund, Key Hodges. So we're excited about hearing the work that he pulled up about Malcolm Jamal Warner and the poetry he was doing. So let's take a listen to Malcolm. Then next up will be Julian to do the soulmate analyzation, as I call it. Okay, roll them if you can.
Yeah, let me make sure.
All right. You can put it on.
The art of being black is often an acrobatic act in defending black humanity in a world that worships a pale, long-haired Anglo-Saxon savior, even though the Bible clearly describes him as a bronze-skinned, woolly-haired Hebrew. History continues right before our very eyes each time the importance of black lives is denied. What happens to unhealed souls left to linger in bodies that hold on to trauma? The immortal imprisoned by mortals who thrive on fears stoked by lies. And where do those souls go when the trauma is intergenerational? Uninformed race theory critics beget flag-waving parents professing patriotism who prefer their children pretend to be as blind to color as we purport Lady Liberty to be to justice. But she needs glasses so America can see how easy it is to be so indifferent to slavery when it's viewed solely as black history. But the holy truth is, slavery is white history too. As white as snow-covered plantations in the winter cold, as white as cotton before picked by bloody pricked fingers, as white as white abolitionists, and as white as the white men who own slaves themselves. How much of a toll does it take to drown a soul in a sea of wickedness? To twist and contort to justify an evil that annihilates human rights in the name of God? And what of the intergenerational transmission of trauma passed down to the descendants of those whose religion was genocide and theft of other human lives? And what of the souls of the descendants of the voiceless who had no choice but to stand idly by? Confederate flags still get waved to commemorate defeated states whose desire to own slaves was so great they initiated an uncivil war on their own country. The art of being black is often an acrobatic act in defending black humanity in a world that worships a pale, long-haired Anglo-Saxon savior, even though the Bible clearly describes him as a bronze-skinned, woolly-haired Hebrew. History continues right before our very eyes each time the importance of black lives is denied.
So we got it, everybody. That's Malcolm Jamal Warner. When he said bronze-skinned, woolly-haired Hebrew, I said, they running it again. We have King Julian here, the poetry analyzer for Malcolm Jamal Warner. Like I said, please, those who know what I do, I am a numerologist and life coach for celebrities, and among many other things. And what I do is advise stars about who should be in that cipher, who should not be in that cipher. And so I get research people's numbers. And right now, one of the major players here at the BAF network is King Julian, who is the vice president for this chapter here in Atlanta, Georgia, and he's also happened to be the soulmate to Malcolm Jamal Warner. So, King Julian, what do you say about this poor piece we just heard?
Hey, peace, everybody. Thank y'all for being here. The big thing that I was thinking about here, something stood out to me, that slavery is white history too. Like, it seems like a lot of the history, a lot of the schools are taking things out of the history books, and I actually didn't learn a lot. I didn't know anything about Marcus Garvey, didn't know much about Malcolm X, didn't know much about Mansa Musa and all of these phenomenal leaders. You know, it says Black history and achievement in America, the Black struggle as heroes. So much that I've been able to learn over the years. In college, we were able to learn about the sit-ins and the sit-in movement at North Carolina A&T. And that was important because it seems like even if we do get a little bit of Black history or some of the civil rights movement, they don't go into depth when you're in school. And I think that the big thing that stood out to me, the next big thing that stood out to me was being Black is being an acrobat, because I definitely feel like I'm doing flips and I feel like I'm just going, I be all around the city, all around the country, all around the world. And it's interesting going around and working on your mission and your purpose, because I believe that drumming is something that's created an avenue for me to help people and help heal people. And of course, music is the only thing that stimulates every cell in the brain. So to be influenced by the spirit and just know that there was something other than me there, where when I'm playing the drums and I might think I'm making a mistake, or I might go into the creative mode and you think that you're doing something wrong, but you're just in the flow, you're just with the spirit. And then I just said last night, I don't know my power of the drums or everything that I do until people actually come back to me and actually tell me what I've done. So even when KS was saying pleasing man versus pleasing God, it seems like I do a lot to please both, with teaching and loving, especially as a Cancer. And I love how you say I am a winner, because we're realizing that I'm not just pleasing man, and I'm not just pleasing man, but I'm pleasing God in the process, and being a beacon of light. Being a beacon of light to everyone is important. And also there were a lot of them today I resonate with. With Cloud9, I was thinking about the temporary versus the long-term fulfillment. And I know how it feels to be in college. And then the same thing happened to me. I was supposed to graduate May 2017. And then I ended up graduating in the December 2017. And then started, no, it was 2016. I was supposed to graduate May 16, and I ended up graduating spring 17. But then when I came in, I went on and went back and got my master's. And then starting fall 17, it was like everything was just in line, and I ended up getting on the dean's list every year after I quit marching band because I failed 2 classes. So there are some blessings in disguises and whatnot that I've been able to go through as well. And of course, being on Cloud9 and having certain things that may give you temporary fulfillment, but I've also been able to see the long-term fulfillment in a lot of the things that I'm able to do that are more positive and need to make sure that I'm on the right track. The love of my life. How could I find the love of my life and haven't lived all of my life? That I resonate with that a lot, because I definitely battle between like, oh, should I really get into this relationship long term? And I like how you bring in the aspect of love versus lust. Like, it's not lust, it's just the love, and love is a frequency that encompasses all frequencies. Like, it's a love. A lot of people say God is love, so I think love is very important. And that part you said black don't crack, but she was the first one that cracked through the clouds like sunlight. So light and love are 2 frequencies, and people say that I've been a pure person, that I bring purity, and people say, man, you just so pure, man. Like, they try to get me to do something or try to get me riled up or stressed out, and it's like, man, you just so pure. So and then we got Malcolm and Eddie was thinking about my mom's side, the Knowles side, versus my dad's side, the Gordon side. And both of them love to have fun. They both love our family, both love God. We're all in high spirits in both sides of my family, but I've been able to see some of those differences where some are a little bit more reserved and composed, and then some are a little bit more fired up and like loose and loud and big.
So you saw the juxtaposition of both characters.
Yeah.
So
I
you saw-
resonate with both of them because I can hang out with everybody. Like
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know if it's
Libra.
because I'm a Cancer. Yeah.
No, is
so
it a Libra like a dog like Malcolm?
Yeah,
And also
yeah.
you mentioned something about music, and that's what we get ready to go into. He also had an outlet, Malcolm, and that was playing the bass, correct?
Exactly.
And so we're gonna,
Yeah.
like just swing into that to close us out.
Yeah, so I'll go ahead. Yeah, of course, music is important. So just real quick, the real QB, like saying like I'm not a freshman and being not just acting, but actually living it. Like I'm not just saying that I'm a QB. Nah, like you were spitting that fire, like, your poetry has that flow like rap, so I enjoy that rhythm, of course, being a drummer. And also, the enemy is my enemy. Having heaven on earth versus hell on earth is up to you. So, of course, that power within and knowing that you are the strong, you're the only battle that you're actually taking, uptaking is through you. And when you know your purpose, it's as important as your breath. So breath is the only thing that you can't live without more than a few minutes. So I think we just had a conference this past weekend talking about the breath. So I could see that your poetry reminds me of how important your purpose is, as if it's taking your breath. So thank you all so much. Yeah. Snap. So
And we're gonna close out with Malcolm in a band, like Julian beats his drum. So you can see the significance of having King Julian talk about the different pieces, because from my science and what I study, being connected with the same frequency as the person who's made his journey and his transition, like as Malcolm Jamal Warner. So we're being Theo is coming through this energy that you just heard. So we're being Theo right here on the BAF Network, the Malcolm Jamal Warner tribute slam poetry with KS and Slam Port Q and all of our members who are willing to take a chance and be part of our studio audience. Come on into the Kemet Club if you're in the area and be here between 11 and 2. We're here. You can have lunch and you can participate in our studio audience, which is something we all want you to do. This is Arnold Penix, a.k.a. the Big Black Man, a.k.a. A. Gregory Harris, which is my union name here in New York. And let's listen to him vibe out and rock out on the bass. Is that right? And see you next time on Being Theo, the Malcolm Jamal Warner tribute on the BAF Solutions Network, only in East Point.
yeah, I did the one with more poetry.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, more
Is he
words
playing?
with. I can play that one.
No, is he playing?
Relationship, and I thought about the kind of
Okay,
love
well,
that
that's what I
we
said.
had. I was like, there are people who live in the same city who don't have the kind of love that we had. And some people live in the same household and don't have that kind of love, right? So I had that epiphany, and I realized, instead of lamenting,
But he plays the
I should embrace
guitar, y'all.
Yeah, I'll do that one.
I want you to see that.
So we can have
So-
more fun. And
Yeah, he plays the guitar.
So,
He
all
just
right,
like
Captain.
Julian plays the drums when he does.
I know everybody's sitting
also-
at their tables.
does more than he does other type of drumming too. You know, with the
And
stick.
some fine wine and tasty drinks.
So let's watch him do that.
There is some space in between
We're
the
gonna
tables.
rock out with him if we can.
And for
But you
this
were
group
definitely
right
serious
here,
about this, Malcolm. Yeah, you were serious about
we're
this,
paying
Malcolm.
extra
Life
special
after the
tribute
Cosby Show.
to a couple
doubt
of
about
legends
it.
who have left us
I
very
had no
recently.
idea. I had no idea.
Right. So one in the name
The
of
whole
the great
other world,
Frankie
everybody.
Beverly.
Diversified.
It's a
Diversification.
mashup of sorts. So, if you feel inclined or inspired or motivated or stimulated to dance, then you must. I'm gonna let my sister Saquon take y'all there. Let's get it.
You rocking out. He's playing that guitar. See you next time.
Can it be I stayed away too long? Or did I leave your guy when I was gone? It's not my thing trying to get back. But this time let me tell you where I'm at. You don't have to worry, 'cause I'm coming back to where I should have always stayed. And now I see the meaning to your story. And it's enough love for me to say I wanna be where you are. Oh, oh, everywhere you are. Oh, I wanna be where you are. Oh, oh, everywhere you are. Oh, please don't close the door to our future. There's so many things we haven't tried. I can love you better than I used to. There's enough love I haven't
Yeah, y'all. Let's get it.
With my CP scales. Oh, okay. With my CP scales at one of the festivals.
Who is this? Malcolm? You talking about the drummer?
The trumpet.
Please don't close the door
Scales he
to
plays
our future.
African
There's
jazz.
so many things we haven't tried. I can love you better than I used to, and give you all the love I have inside. All the love I have inside. Oh, I wanna be where you are. Oh, everywhere you are. Oh, I wanna be, oh, yeah, yeah, baby, now. I wanna be, oh, all the love I have inside.
In pain, like sunshine and rain. Joy and pain, like sunshine and rain. Joy and pain, like sunshine and rain. Joy and pain, like sunshine and rain.
I wanna be where you
Joy
are. Oh,
and pain,
everywhere
like
you
sunshine and rain.
all the love I have inside. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
we'll see y'all next time.
That was a beautiful mix. I like how they did that.
Anybody want to say anything before we head on out?
Yeah. I like how they blended those two songs together. That was nice.
Great job. Thanks to the poets.
Oh,
Hey, Mama Gordon, you got a great son.
Thank you very much. He has good people around him.
yeah, I enjoyed the music. I missed some of it, but yeah.
Well, it's
Great,
on
great, great.
YouTube Live, and it's also on it's on YouTube Live. So we'll be posting to YouTube every day.
Okay.
1 o'clock every day. Tomorrow we got Weather Wherever Wednesday and BAF Hump Day News.
Sounds good. I wanted to know when the gentleman was going to be doing the where the what is it, is it astrology? I forget the name of it, but numerology. Yes, the numerology.
He's there.
When he's going to be going over that, I guess.
I'm here mostly all day on Saturdays, but not this Saturday.
So here.
Oh yeah, hi. Yeah, definitely. Doing the show, I'm here afterwards from 11 to 2. I'm here to at least to 10 o'clock. You can come in and we can make an appointment. You can come in and sit down and talk with me. And anytime after the tapings, or after, you can come and be a part of the studio audience. But I'm not doing a show per se that I do readings for people, but I do that one-on-one. That's just a way to promote what I do. But I usually very confidential. I wouldn't publicly say things about a person without their consent in a platform such as this. But unless I was on the radio and I just do general stuff. But if you want an in-depth reading or something like that, just come by to the Chemic Club.